Well, I just want to get first a video of my setup here. So you notice I've got a couple of computers, keyboards, the MAT tuner next to my FTDX10, power supply, MFJ dummy load watt meter. None of this stuff is particularly outstanding or peculiar or weird. Let me go ahead and show the other side here of the system. Oh, here's I got a foot pedal for audio, and I have a boom and a Heil mic, pretty standard stuff. Okay, here on the back, we're going to see the rat's nest. So in the back of all this, I've got a ground bar, which I use to go ahead and bond, and I ground as well. As you notice, I'm bonding and grounding for power supplies. Pretty much anything and everything that we grounded and bonded it is. Here is the connection of your system, the MAT. So we have hooked up to antenna 1, which is of course the connection to my radio, and then this one here goes to to the radio here, excuse me, to RFN, and then the out right here goes to a this guy right here, which is Palomar Lab, Palomar Engineering. It's a common mode noise filter. I have its pair on the outside. You should be able to see it. I'm going to go ahead and try zooming in on it. I have a screen window, and it's winter time, so I'm not really enthusiastic about opening it up. Well, here's my vertical antenna, and it seems to work pretty darn well for a limited of installation. I have a pretty small backyard. I mean, I've got large pasture area, but a small backyard. Let's see. It goes to a, I guess a wall outlet, if you will. Here's a switch here. The Alpha Delta Delta 4 switch. Yeah, that's pretty much it. There's nothing here spectacular or weird or hopefully not configured incorrectly. So let me go ahead and show you here in just a minute what it is that that I am seeing. So here on my computer screen, I do have a WSJ-T-X version 261. It is not the newest, I don't believe, but it's certainly new enough. And so I'm going to go and click the tune button, which on this case will go ahead and cause the radio to transmit low wattage on the FT8 channel here for 17 meters. So let's go ahead and do that right now. I'm going to switch hands, and hopefully we'll be able to go ahead and see the results here pretty clearly. Okay. So as you can tell, it is on tune, and we can hear the monitor as well. So let's go ahead and click on the tune button. As you notice, we're getting a high SWR. Do that again, another high SWR, which is pretty scary stuff. So we're, let me go ahead, I just did that just for a second or two because I don't want to damage the radio, even though it's set on a very low wattage. So now let's go ahead and try tuning this particular issue out. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the tune button. You notice that tune itself is enabled on my radio, so we should be able to tune. So it's going through quite a bit of relay activations here to attempt to arrive at a proper tune. I'm going to go ahead and go over here and do the same thing. I'm going to click on the tune button, and as you notice, we are getting high SWRs. So even after tuning, it gets a high SWR. So now let's go ahead and do something here that's showing one of the underlying issues. So I press the tune button, so I'm now no longer asking the MAT tuner to tune this this particular frequency. It is disabled at this point. So now I'm going to go ahead and click on the tune button here on the software, WSJIT or whatever it is, and we're going to go ahead and see the results. As you can see the results here, we have a SWR which is less than 2 with the tuner itself disabled. So with the tuner itself disabled, it is no longer running a high SWR. You can turn off the transmit here. I don't want to annoy the folks here on the frequency too much. So now I'm no longer tuning. I'm no longer using the automatic antenna tuner. However, if I go ahead and re-enable it, if I put it back on tune, and then I'll go ahead and run it again, you'll notice I've got a high SWR. And so let's go ahead and try hitting the tune button here with the tuner on. See, the tuner is enabled. So let's hit the tune button. So you can hear this is a very fast attempt at tuning. And then I'm going to go and click the tune button on the software itself, which just transmits a very weak signal, we hope. And notice now it's less than 2. So what has to happen is, if the underlying tune has changed, you actually have to go ahead and transmit with the antenna tuner disabled. This is something I just discovered. You have to transmit it with it disabled and then re-enable it. Now, sometimes if you go ahead and hit the tune again, you might improve the tune. Let's go ahead and see if that does it. Now we're less than 2 at this point. Let me go ahead and disable it. Let me go ahead and knock this thing out. We're no longer having the tuner in line, and we're going to go ahead and hit tune again. You notice it's just under 2. So at this point in time, what we did is that we actually disabled the tuner. We pulled it out of the signal chain, and then we went ahead and transmitted using a good SWR, and then we re-enabled it to make it learn that a new underlying SWR is present. So this is something that I have not seen anywhere in any instructions. I am not aware of this being something that is common practice, but this does indeed seem to work. Thank you for your patience. And that's it.